Hello, hello. What I would like to say in this video is that there's a lot of material on YouTube. There's a lot of Neville Goddard material. There's a lot of New Age material, all of this law of assumption, law of attraction, and it's great stuff. It's entertaining, it's liberating, it's motivating, right? But none of it is going to do you any good. It looks like I'm not looking at the camera. It looks like I'm looking that way when I'm really looking right at it. Um, it's not going to do you any good if you don't put it into practice. Okay? So I'm here to nudge you a little bit, right? I'm going to nudge you to start doing it, right? There's nothing wrong with consuming the content. By the way, please like and subscribe. It would help me a lot. It costs you nothing to like and subscribe. No money out of your pocket to do that. I've uploaded almost 100 videos to this account, and there's more to come. And I have a lot of Neville Goddard lectures, so please look into my backlog here, into my catalog, and check it out. There's lots of good stuff. Some of it's smaller, I've condensed it, and some of it are full lectures. When you need some Neville motivation, please look at that on my channel. And please like and subscribe. If you've already subscribed, please like as much as you can. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And if you haven't clicked the bell, click the bell. So anyway, I'm here to tell you that you need to put this stuff into practice. You need to practice imagining things, right? Now, some people can't do SATs. SATs can be difficult. You know, that's state akin to sleep before bed or before when you get really relaxed, you know, because I'll tell you what, when I lay down at night, I have an active family life. I have 4 dogs and 2 cats and counting, and a wife and a child here, and it gets busy. And I have a career, I have a job, I have a good job. It takes some time, but I'll tell you, at the end of the day, I'm so tired. I close my eyes and sometimes, boom, I'm out. And you know, it can get frustrating. The next morning you can be like, oh, I missed another opportunity to visualize what I really want to visualize. Try not to like go into that down that rabbit hole. Don't beat yourself up. I've learned in the beginning I did. It's not worth it. You don't gain anything by it. Just try it again the next night. But you're not limited to that. You can assume all day long. You can be live in the end all day long, which is what you're really supposed to do. You can do little bouts of daydreaming. You'd be surprised how beneficial little bouts of daydreaming can be, because you can really get into a daydream. You ever get into a daydream and someone could be walking right by you and you don't even see them. Sometimes they have to poke you and wake you up out of the daydream. You're like, what? You know, it can be really immersive. So utilize that, especially if you have a desk job and no one's looking over your shoulder, you know, like in that movie Office Space, where he says, you know, I just sit there and zone out at my desk. People think I'm working, you know. I'm not saying not to do your job, but, you know, your imagination is in here. It's in your head. You can control that. And everything outside is really just you pushed out anyway. Remember that. Remember that. So as long as you assume nobody's watching you or looking over your shoulder, they won't. So, you know, but you have to do the work. The work is imagining. It's imagining. It's thinking up this stuff. It's living from the wish fulfilled. It's not just thinking about it, right? You have to, like you're in the movie, right? Looking through your mind's eye, your eyes in the movie, like it's really happening. right? And affirmations can work too. Some people, people are split on this. Some people say that Neville Goddard didn't really condone or talk about affirmations. In a way, he kind of did, but affirmations can be very useful. Not rote, feelingless affirmations; those are useless. But you can really, get some feeling going. Um, but it could be a mixture of things. But the bottom line is you have to do the work. You could even utilize subliminals. You know, there's a lot of them. Subliminals while you're falling asleep to kind of get into that subconscious mind. But use a variety of things, but do something. That's my point. Don't just watch videos on YouTube and to get pumped up, because that alone is not going to create. It's not going to create the change that you want, that you need, that you desire. You need to do the work. And by do the work, I'm not talking about digging a ditch. I'm not talking about physical work. I'm talking about, imagining. And as I said in another video, look at some of my shorts and stuff. You can train your imagination. There are some pretty heavy-duty manifestors out there. Deliberate. We all manifest all the time, and we've been manifesting our entire life. So we are all professional manifestors. First, understand that, okay? The whole thing we're talking about here on YouTube is intentional manifesting, right? Purposeful, right? So that's the thing that kind of takes some practice. And to actually sit there and imagine something purposefully, to put yourself in that immersive mind movie, through your mind's eye, as Neville Goddard used to say. It might take some practice for some people, but practice makes perfect. You can do it. So start with, as I said in one of my shorts, please go look at them. Start with something small. Imagine an apple. Imagine the color, maybe the scent, the snap as you bite into it, the spray of the juice, all these little details, right? And just like that, you can imagine these small things. Train your mind to pay attention and take into account these details in your mind while you're imagining. And before you know it, you'll be able to imagine an entire scene as if it's really happening to you, right? So practice, but do the work. My whole point here is, if you don't do the actual imagining, do the heavy lifting, so to speak, just watching YouTube videos and reading books or learning methods, it's not going to do you any good if you don't actually put the stuff to work for you. There's all kinds of things. There's like the not method, where you say, I will not be a millionaire, I will not win the lottery, where the subconscious erases or doesn't pay attention to the word not. There's the isn't it wonderful technique. I'll do individual videos on this stuff. There's plenty out there. Isn't it wonderful that this marvelous things are happening to me, right? There's all these techniques. It's whatever works for you. Not everything's going to work for everyone. It's how your particular mind works. Right, whatever the key to your subconscious it responds best to, okay. So use everything. Use everything at your disposal. You're not limited to one thing, and that's the beauty of this. It's not real work. You're not scaling a building, right? You're not getting up in front of a room of people. I mean, I'm putting myself out here on this public platform. But you don't even have to do that. No one has to know you're doing this. As a matter of fact, don't tell anybody. It's recommended that you don't tell your loved ones. I don't tell the people closest to me about this. It's not something you need to do. You take them along for the ride, right? And if somebody in your life doesn't, don't pay any attention to criticisms or anything like that. because it's all coming from you anyway. Is my point. Everybody is you pushed out. Everybody. Everybody. They're reflecting back to you your own feelings, your own doubts, your own insecurities. You just deal with that. Just ignore that. It'll go away. Okay? But you need to do the work. It all comes back to that. If you don't actually put this stuff into practice, you're never going to get anywhere. Right? And you need to, learn this stuff too. I mean, if you look at YouTube analytics, you'd be surprised at the people who take a 20-minute or a half-hour video or even a 3-minute video and they watch 15 seconds of it, 30 seconds of it. They don't even watch the darn thing. So how are they ever going to learn anything? It's beyond me. And you're just watching and listening. It's not even like reading a book. So it's funny. It's hilarious. But for every one of them, there's lots of other people that do actually consume the stuff and put it to good use, comment, have a dialogue, are friendly, So that's that's that. So anyway, I just wanted to say those things, to talk a little more about doing the work, and there'll probably be more on that as we go along. And just remind you, do it, like Ben Stiller in that movie. What is it? Starsky and Hutch. He puts the gray hair on the side and goes, do it, do it, do it. You got to do the work. Do it. All right? Do it.